and we are at the RinCon Games Convention. Essentially, if you're into tabletop games, board games, RPG, miniatures, this is the convention for you, yeah. And it's cool because we were invited here by RinCon. It's our first time coming out, and essentially we are noobs when it comes to the world of tabletop gaming.
Yes, there are several games that I do enjoy playing, but not to the extent of some of the people here.
Forbidden Desert,
Forbidden Island,
Betrayal at House on the Hill, and Monopoly. Star Wars Monopoly, got to kick it up a notch. But there is such a huge treasure trove of games that we're missing out on. So they invited us out to go ahead and try our hand at some, but because we are movie fans, we are kind of looking for those tabletop games with the cinematic spin. So we are going to talk to some of the vendors and players around here to find out what is some of their best or their favorite movie-themed style of games. How many times playing that game do you think people make offers that the others just can't refuse?
8 times.
So last Friday, give me an idea of what that's about.
I'm Drew. Nice to meet you guys. Anyway, last Friday you were playing the Psycho Killer out there. Well, one of you is, and then everybody else is the campers. There's actually a series of campers you have your color. So when one camper dies, there are more. We did have the promo card with the booby, which is basically Scooby. Campers have to go find the bodies of the counselors, find the keys, and get the cabins open. The Psycho Killer, like any good hidden move game, is writing down where he's going on this piece of paper. And he will show up every 3 turns. He will show up on the board. When he shows himself on the board, he actually shows you where he was 3 turns ago, not where he is now.
So you can kind of see trajectory.
Yeah. So if all the campers in a scenario get killed off, then the game's just done, period. But it's a lot of fun. It's a very different take on the hidden roll or hidden move game.
Last Friday, aka Friday the 13th style of tabletop, and that definitely caught our eyes. I did notice one too that would be up Travis's alley. Fortune and Glory.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite. There will be a game of that tomorrow night. I will be running. It is already full, 8 people. This also very, very good. So Fortune and Glory is, for all intents and purposes, Indiana Jones, the board game. So you are wandering around the world. 2 different sets of bad guys in the initial game. You've got mafia dudes, are Nazis. And everybody likes fighting Nazis, so we usually end up playing with Nazis. And you're going to be traveling around the globe trying to find different artifacts. You want to get 15 fortune and get home.
And there's a soundtrack?
There is a soundtrack. So this one's a lot of fun. I highly recommend that one. Like I said, the other one I really liked over here was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. This is the Kickstarter version, so it has the cool cover, and it comes with April. This one also comes with the Kevin Eastman special scenario where you're fighting off ninjas who are trying to kidnap you in his drawing studio, which is pretty cool.
They both sound good, but I think I'm sold on Fortune and Glory.
Fortune and Glory.
Fortune and Glory.
Check it out in action tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, somewhere over there. Obviously, movie versions of various games. The Harry Potter code names.
As operatives of the Order of the Phoenix in Diagon Alley, you must share information with the other Order members. Your objective is to contact all 15 members while avoiding both Ministry of Magic officials and the Death Eaters.
Oh, there's the thing. It's one of the raffles. The only thing I don't like about this game is they don't show you anything about the game on the box.
That they do not.
Which is very annoying, but it's an excellent game. I highly recommend that.
Because not everybody has a Drew in your pocket to tell you how to freaking play these games.
That's my job. They just came out with an X-Files version of Legendary. Legendary is a very popular series of games. Started out with Marvel Comics Legendary. There's a Big Trouble one, Little China, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And then they have this series, which is Legendary Encounters. This is strictly co-op. The Legendary series can be generally co-op. We all need to stop the bad guys, but one of us gets more points than everybody else. In the Encounter series, it's just strictly co-op. And the Encounter series is the Aliens movies, the Predator movies, Firefly, and now X-Files.
There you go. Cleaning up on the sci-fi.
One of the other fun ones that just came out that's very, very difficult. That's another co-op, and this one will kick your butt, and it'll kick it really, really, really hard. Dark Prison. Of course. Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra indeed.
Some of you are Hydra people, some of you are not. and then you're trying to figure out who the Hydra people are.
I do like the artwork on the back though for
It's pretty nice.
the heroes, Shield and Hydra.
Marvel just came out this week, so those are new.
Quite a huge selection there, Drew. So Isle of Games, you guys just local, or are you guys a national chain?
Yeah, we're just local.
Oh, look at that. Small guys,
Broadway and
but with
Pantano.
a big punch, because you guys have quite a selection and the knowledge. So thank you so much, Drew. Travis, you're quite smitten with the Fortune and Glory game.
I might be biased on it, but it seemed like a fun kind of adventure game.
But you have to use your imagination. It's an imagination-based game. But yeah, that's the thing, is Fortune and Glory, we're just, again, looking for things that will catch our eye, that are essentially in the world of movies, and that's
I did
close.
like the fact that it came with the soundtrack.
Yeah, I don't know if it is a common thing to see soundtracks for games. That was the first one, but I'm wondering what else they do have with the, because we always end up playing our own type of soundtrack to the games that we play. So I wonder what else they got. So Black Thread Goods, you guys, I noticed from across the exhibition hall, what do you guys have here for us?
We do custom dice trays and dice bags for all of your tabletop needs. No need to go chase your dice out from under the table or behind the couch or let the cat bat it around. Keeps them contained, visible, all in your game space.
And we all know that pain of having to search for that one dice.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. And then you, yeah, and then you step on it, and it's like stepping on a Lego.
And you guys do have some Donkey Kong here renditions,
Donkey
as well
Kong,
as Star Wars. And then your classic Mario. That looks Mario 2 with a hint of Mario 3 and 1 all together.
Yeah, it's kind of a compilation.
It's the whole Mario world, which is exciting. And you guys, everything on your website, Etsy is what you use?
Yes, I have an Etsy shop. I'm working on branching out to other media, so stay tuned for that.
All right, awesome. And you guys do custom stuff as well if people have any sort of...
Yeah, if people want this paint color with this fabric, just drop me a message and we'll get it all worked out.
All right, guys, so check out Black Thread Goods, trays and bags for your gaming needs. So our buddy Ryan, who actually was very orchestral in bringing us to RinCon this year. So have you played this game before?
I have not. I own it.
Good, because we have no clue how to play this either.
I could play Monopoly half-assed, so we'll see how this works out.
Oh, your reputation too. Yep, that's 7.
$32 right? 32, 39,
36.
15. So what'd you guys think?
This was a good game.
Yeah? Feel the same way?
Yeah, it was good. Unique mechanics. I like the boards you can play on.
2 hours of Near and Far by Ryan Laucat. What do you think?
It was near and far.
What does that mean?
That means it was nearly not as fun as I hoped and far from keeping me engaged.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a complex game with very many pieces, a lot of movements. You gotta know towns and adventures and going back and forth, and keeping your track on how many moves you can do. It's very, very complex. And for me, very extremely complex games like this are not as entertaining for me. I like more simple, direct, kind of on-point games.
Do you think it would have been a little bit more engaging had you played with familiar people that are more into the characters? For instance, when we play Betrayal, like, we give the characters voices, we go a little crazy with it.
I think maybe if I was in a more comfortable setting and maybe with people I know more, it could be more fun.
All right.
Would I play it again? I would give it another shot.
Okay.
Maybe in a different area.
The nice thing is thanks to Drew, we know plenty of other games that we could partake in.
True.
So it's funny, here at RinCon Games, they have the tweets playing on their screen, and they're all ours. So I do love how they are doing gigantic games just in the lobby of the hotel. It's pretty fun. So with our special guest badges, you actually get a gift bag, a fun little gift bag with it. So it's got a whole bunch of little goodies in there.
Notepad, because sometimes you're going to need a notepad when you're playing these, and then a pen. I got gum, Krill, and then some candy.
They don't know how to hook up their high rollers around here.
And then, in case you want to wipe out your tears because you lost, you know, I'll hand this to somebody else.
Because you're a winner?
Yeah.
So Think 12 Games. A group of us started this for fun up in Seattle a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And we all have full-time jobs and we all come together to create games.
Sure.
The idea here is that we want to make small, compact, easy to learn games for anybody. So our first game, Dice of Crowns.
Okay.
Everything you see here fits into the tin.
Okay.
It's $15 for the game. 2 to 6 players takes about 10 to 15 minutes to play. The idea is that you're trying to win the crown.
Okay.
To win the crown, all you have to do is get 3 crown tokens, and to do that, all you have to do is roll 3 crowns. But our game is unique, and the reason our game is unique of these guys right here, we call these guys the messengers. So in most dice games, when you're taking your turn, I'm not paying attention and I don't care. But the messengers now have to be shared out. So now we have to share out the messengers, so roll those. So it's my turn, but you guys are rolling dice. Ooh, oh wow. Okay, that's never happened. Hold on. That has never happened before. So this is embarrassing for me and amazing for you, and you don't even realize it. So that never happens. I gotta take a moment here. Okay, so what would happen
Beginner's
now?
luck.
Yeah, seriously. What would happen is that on those messengers, you would then redistribute those daggers to anybody else. 3 daggers will end somebody's turn. I have 1 right now. So if you each give me 1, that would kill me, and then you could then each give each other daggers. Now my turn is over and it goes to you. There we go. So as you see in Dice of Crowns, there's a lot of movement of the dice. While it is your turn, we are moving the dice around so everybody can play at the same time. That is the premise of that. We were trying to get crown tokens. 3 of those wins you the crown. And all of that fits into the tin. So that is Dice of Crowns. Dice of Pirates is similar but different. It's similar in the red. So just like the daggers, we have the red krakens. 3 of those will end your turn. Just like Dice of Crowns, we have our messengers. These are our messenger ships. And that's where the similarity ends. So in this, it's pirate combat. It's a little more intense. Everybody starts with pirate treasure. And what happens here is you have to figure out what kind of a pirate do you want to be. Do you want to be a nice pirate, 3 coins? You can be a nice pirate and steal 1 from a passing ship, or you can be an aggressive pirate and try to use your piratey army to attack somebody else's port town. So let's say that I have a couple more pirates here, and you guys have treasure. So I'm going to attack your port town. I'm going to take my 6 pirates, I'm going to load them up onto the pirate ship, and now we're going to reach your piratey port town, and let's see what happens. Well, you have a pet kraken. So your pet kraken killed off 3 of my pirates. They're not good pirates. These guys are rum drunk. They don't know what's going on. And this guy actually made it over your wall, so now you have to defend against the one that is attacking your wall. So roll that 1 dice right there. All right. Oh, you actually captured my pirate. So that's good. That stays on your side. Now my 2 drunk pirates are left. We're going to roll those. 1 is successful. The other one got over the wall, so defend against that 1. All right. Oh, he's Arrow Flint. He's really, really good. He's fighting back, so keep going here. Oh, you've pushed him back over the wall, so that comes back to me. All right, he's drunk again, and a success. So then 1 and 1 cancels out, then I would steal 1 gold for you.
It's my gold!
So that is Dice of Pirates. 2 to 6 players, takes about 15 to 30 minutes to play. Whoever gets 7 gold wins the game, just like Dice of Crowns. All of this fits into the tin. All of that fits into your pocket. It's $15 for the game. If you have both games, you can then play a 3rd game together. You create the pirate crown by putting both of those components. We play a game called Plunder the Crown. We use components from both of the games. One person plays as the royal, and everybody else plays as the pirate, trying to pull down the royal. So it's 1 versus many. It's semi-cooperative because there can only be 1 winner at the end of the game. So the pirates have to work together, but they also have to figure out how to backstab each other to win the game, like a true piratey game.
Of course.
Yes.
So that is Dice of Pirates, and that is Dice of Crowns. Those are 2 of our Dice Up games that we've made.
Very interesting, and I love how you can actually bring them together too.
Oh, yeah.
So you get the most out of collecting your dice.
So we
Pirates
are
or Dice of
working
Crowns.
on a 3rd dice game called Dice of Dragons. It'll be similar but different. It'll fit into the tin, but it also has to be backwards compatible to all of the other games.
Typically, you said, what was it, 15 for the dice?
15 for each.
How much for the
mats are $20 a piece.
Okay.
The one other game we did is a game over here called Click Click Boom. This is a 5-minute social bluffing Russian roulette game with cute animals. So if you guys have 5 minutes, I can boom you.
Let's do it.
Yeah? So first off, this is me and that is you. This is the good version of me, and this is the boomed version of me. So rule 1 of 2, Don't boom.
Don't
If
boom.
you boom, you are out of the game. So place it down in front of you like so. Rule 2 of 2, don't look at your own hand. So turn it over and shuffle it up. There's 3 of us playing, so how many booms are in the game?
3.
All right. I'm going to be asking you that again, and there's a reason why. So I'm going to fan them out in front of me. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to ask left. You're going to choose a card for me. Let's say you choose this one right here. And then I'm going to ask right. You're going to go, no, no, no. He's trying to boom you. Play this one right here. It's totally safe. Your choice will go on my left. Your choice will go on my right. And then I'll put my hand down. We're going to go around the table. Everybody's going to have 2 choices. People can agree on a card. If you agree on a card, it gets placed in front. You take a random one from your hand and you place it behind. Once we've all made our choice, we figure out who do we trust. We place it out in front of us, and then on 3 we go click, click, boom, and we boom. Okay, I have the world's worst luck, and this happens over and over again. So let's just cheat for a second. Let's assume that I chose this card. Because if you boom, you're out of the game, and then it's embarrassing to me.
Of course.
Let's say I went with this one, and we all had click cards.
Right.
This gets discarded, and the card that did not get played will then get passed to the person on the left. We'll shuffle it into our hand, and we'll go again. All right, cards up. Fan them out like so. So, it is scientifically proven that the ends are always safe. It's science. Go with this end right here, you'll totally be fine. Trust me.
I trust
So
you.
show to your left. So, that is my choice. Do you think the end is safe? Or should he play a different card?
that one.
Alright. We both agreed on a very safe choice. So place it down in front of you. Take a random one from your hand. Place it behind.
Well, you said the ends are always safe, so I'll go with the other
It's
end.
science. Good. Place it behind you like so. Place your hand down. Place your hand down. All right, hand up. Let's see. Which card?
Well, sticking with the theme of the ends being safe,
Because
I'll
of
go with
science?
that one.
All right. I don't know. I don't know. Can we trust him?
No, we can't.
No, we can't.
Harvey
So
did. Can we
since
trust him?
we cannot trust him, I'm going to go with the other end because that is the safer choice. So his choice on your right and my choice on your left. All right. Hand goes down. Now, we have to figure out who do we trust, and you have to figure out, do you trust us or the power of random?
I trust the power of random.
All right. I'm going to trust you.
Okay.
I'm going to place it out in front like so. Don't look at your card, so make your choice. Place it out without looking. Now, on 3, we're going to go click, click, boom.
So,
Yeah, that just happened. That never happens. I have the world's worst luck. That was amazing. That is a quick play of Quick Click Boom. 2 to 6 players. Takes about 5 to 10 minutes to play sober. About an hour and a half drunk. But this is a fun, fast filler game that we love playing.
well, thank you so much,
That was
Sean.
it.
I appreciate
Great
it.
to
That
meet
was,
you.
that was
Great to
definitely
meet
a lot of fun. So many games, so little time. I don't know what to play. Flash, $150 for this game. It's quite a bit. Worth it? I don't know.
I found this one.
Right now.
So this is an expansion to the game that Travis was playing.
If they came out with a Willow tabletop game or a Willow board game, I would definitely partake in Willow. More movie games though, that's just how you hook me. Like it could be the same gameplay as a number of any of the other games that they have, but you throw a theme on there from a cinematic universe of some film. Other than the generics like Star Wars, Harry Potter, I get it. We love them, but I want a little more deep cuts. Like a Weekend at Bernie's game where you have to survive the killer. Come on, Mike. Actually, is there like a panel about building your own game? I might partake in that. So we also just heard that we actually have our own specialty drink here at RinCon.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a taste test for, from what I've heard, it's called the Schmodown.
Being special guests, they have decided to create a special drink for us. It's called the Schmodown. For officially late to the party, the bourbon, cranberry juice, muddled blackberry, simple syrup, lime juice, and then put it to the test.
Sounds like a challenge. So we're going to try 3 of them.
It's anarchy, I tell you. Anarchy!
Oh, because that's what's going on right now in the Schmodown.
This is the Schmodown. And we shall take a test. It looks very cranberry juicy. But it's got bourbon in it, so I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. We shall see. Very bourbony. And juicy.
Came with the dragon.
Oh, and I got a cute little dragon. I called dibs on the red one because they got green with red.
My turn with my dragon Elliot.
Dragon wagon.
Oh, smooth. Real nice oaky bourbony flavor with some
An oaky
berry.
afterbirth.
I like it. I like it. That's what you think.
Chinese fireball. I mean,
I got the whiskey. Not that fruity. I assume once I bring in some of those berries into my palate, it'll get a little more fruitier, but right now it's pretty good. Which reminds me of kind of the whiskey business that you can get from Cobra Arcade, except fruity-ish versus, you know, just straight on whiskey, which I enjoy the Schmodown. My seal of approval. That little dummy there, I thought that was a real person. So after having our delicious Schmodown drink, as you can tell I'm already starting to slur my words, but we actually have a panel that we are going to be a part of.
yeah, it's really exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time, but we're just gonna go up there and be like, this is how we got into the YouTube world, basically.
Essentially, it's about video content, the creation of it, and making it matter, which I don't know how we were able to achieve that, but somehow it matters to some people. So let's go and talk about that now with a bunch of people at RinCon. First panel ever. Hello there, I'm Robert.
And I'm Vanessa.
We're late to the party. We're actually a local YouTube channel that focuses primarily on movie reviews, trailer reactions. We've also been competitors in Collider Video's Movie Trivia Schmodown, which is essentially movie channels or YouTube channels that compete against other channels in trivia, movie trivia most importantly. And we also vlog.
Yeah, we do a lot of vlogs, like movie locations, and then we go to other places like theme parks and vlog there.
Yeah, we've done a few Nightfall videos locally. We're going to Universal Studios and Knott's Scary Farm this coming weekend. So we get around just trying to go to those places that we couldn't afford to go to when we were younger, and then we film it and we put it on YouTube. So, yeah, actually we're not paying for Knott's Scary Farm. They're bringing us in so YouTube channels can get you into places for free, like RinCon. So
it's kind of fucking awesome, actually. I don't want to sound like skeptical or anything. It's super fun and badass, but it's also really draining and hard on your liver. So I just want to say that, so I got my open hoodie on, and I'm just like, word up. So, but you guys are cooler, so I don't know, what do you guys got?
we're all cool in our own way. And that's what makes YouTube great. I mean, yeah, we used to drink back in the day. Luckily, we weren't on YouTube at that time, so our content is a little more, I don't know, kid-friendly. But how we got started?
Well, we just got it started because we would always just talk about movies, just like sit down at the couch and everything, and then we noticed that other people online were doing the same thing.
When it came down to it, like the rest of you guys, whether you are already producing stuff online, or some of you are thinking of producing stuff online, it's all about starting up. How do you even start? And the biggest, best way to do it is really to just start. Every one of you has a smartphone. All the smartphones do 1080, so for us it was, how do we take something we're passionate about, which was just talking about movies, and record it and use whatever entry-level editing you can find, pay for it, or don't pay for it, but not the one that has like the trail across it that says, this is a special, you get to use it for 90 days. But actually invest in your channel, right? Yeah, it's across your face, and download it here. But honestly, when it comes down to it is what we did was we found the passion that we like to do that was fun for us, start recording it, edit it, put it on YouTube. And you know what? If you think it looks terrible or you are embarrassed in any way for anything that you said, because believe me, we are, when it comes to our first content.
Yes. That first video, we were just so embarrassed, but everyone started liking it, so it was just, you know what? This is something we should do.
And that's the thing, is there are so many other people out there that were like us, that felt the same way about what we were talking about. That's where your following came from. So just get started, because that's exactly what we did, and we're doing okay.
Yeah, and organic growth is a huge deal too. I know that a lot of people will go on other YouTube channels and be like, hey, I like your channel, but go check mine. Like, just go. Social media is like a huge thing when you are putting yourself out there.
But we'll get more into that later, I'm sure.
Yeah, I definitely got to agree with you guys. Do what you love, share it with folks. You will find your tribe out there on the internet, and they will like it as much as you do. But organic growth, I like that, because that's going to be my next question, is how to promote without spamming yourself all over somebody else's page.
When it comes down to the organic growth aspect, be a fan. You're a fan of stuff, you're a fan of YouTubers, you're a fan of a whole bunch of different entities out there online. Go be a fan for what they're doing with your account, with whatever it is that you are representing. Don't spam them, don't say, well, watch my videos, you should check out what I have. If you are a genuine fan and you enjoy what they're saying and you're consistent about it, they will in turn look into who is this person that is saying this stuff, and because you're probably a fan of their content, more than likely they will reciprocate that fanship towards what you're putting out there. And there were people when we first started that we're YouTube icons to us, granted maybe had 500,000 subscribers, 200,000, but when we reciprocated, or at least gave our appreciation and our following to them, and they saw who we were, or at least what we represented, and we never spammed them, all of those people have been in videos on our channel. And even one will be in one of our videos this weekend.
That, and also because of the like how we said we were in the movie trivia Schmodown, that's how we got into it, is because we were fans first of their product, and then they kind of saw what we did, and they're like, oh, they seem like a good fit for this. But also, don't forget the hashtags. I know I personally don't like hashtags a lot, but they do help spread what you're trying to market and put out there.
And if you think about it, when you post a video on YouTube, you could post it on YouTube and sure you have your subscriber base, but not, your followers aren't always on YouTube looking for what you have to offer when you put a video up. So you go to your social networking, because chances are some of them will be cruising Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, whatever. You post that you are doing or posted this video or this is the topic you're talking about, and they'll probably see it and give them a link. Don't forget the hashtag, and they'll be able to figure out or find your content, more viewers, more eyes, or somebody that's just stumbling across a tabletop game that you happen to be playing at the moment. Somebody else could be playing it too, want to know more. Now they found you and you guys build that network together.
That was epic as fuck. Like when I post a video on YouTube and it asks me to put the tags in there, I write pancakes and shit.
So this is a good one for leading into branding.
So I'm gonna go pagan Bob Ross on this shit. Okay, you guys, do the branding thing. Break it down.
Branding.
You go ahead.
Okay. The biggest thing about branding for us was where it all started. It came down to, I was working at Best Buy in the back room, and I was just thinking, like, I know I want to start a channel. I know I want to create this, world of discussion and talking about movies and all that, but man, everybody's been there already and has done it before us. So we are definitely late to the party on YouTube, and it took months, I think, of me just kind of thinking about it. Nothing felt right, and then eventually I had that one thought where we are behind the curve. Everybody has already gone and said or done whatever it is that we want to say, and it's an uphill battle, and at many points I just kind of left it at that, didn't go with it. But the late to the party came to mind. It was like a bolt of lightning, an epiphany, an apostrophe. Lightning struck my brain. Hook. But we ended up going with late to the party. Travis, who is our producer back there, producer, it's crazy, it's weird, he produces stuff for us, created a logo. Oh, it's on a business card too, the size of a business card. The logo he made in Microsoft Paint. We used this logo for 3 years. We've been around for 3 years and like 2 months. August, September, 3 years and 2 months. So this is how we carry the brand of Late to the Party on a logo that came from Microsoft Paint. It will no money invested in it, just something simple, but we really felt powerful about. So that just shows that you can actually create a brand with a following just on who you are and what you feel, and it may take a while for you to come up with the right thing, But when you do come up with it and it's something you can't shake off, that's your brand. That's who you are. That's how you feel, and get behind it. You know, you can use that as your icon. And from then on, we partnered up with a guy who does tons of YouTube channel art. Brian Ward, this guy is amazing. He made our logo. He made this shirt with us as Obi-Wan Kenobi, our catchphrase, "Hello there," which we stole from Obi-Wan Kenobi. Nobody knew that. In our very first video on YouTube, it's "Hello there" is how we greet everybody, and they didn't figure that out for like 2 years, that we just ripped off General Kenobi. But it was something that was, you know, it felt right for us. But whatever it is, your idiosyncrasies, your quotes, the things that you happen to say or do or feel all the time, that's your brand. Stick with it. Catchphrases come up, you end up saying the same thing over and over, and people start recognizing it, and they get behind that. At the drive-in. Pee-wee's Big Adventure. But you start quoting things in your videos, and all of a sudden it becomes a thing that people are willing to get behind, and it all can start with Microsoft Paint. And keep it simple, stupid. What is it? KMSS? Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. And it works, man. And get behind that brand. And then when you create your social networking, make them all the same. Don't have one different for each one, because people are stupid. We're stupid. I'm lazy. I don't want to go hunting for stuff personally. But if you lay it out there for me, I will easily go and check out everything you have to offer. When we ended up in this panel, I went to every single one of them and what they've done based off what they posted in the description of this panel, because I wanted to see what they had to offer, what they can do. But I only went as far as what they offered us. And we did the same thing. We offered Twitter. That was basically it. But you fall down a rabbit hole. One of them is connected to all the others. Stand behind your brand. Make them all similar, the same. And you can have a different style on each one, but make it all focused toward whatever it is you're trying to promote, whether it's creating games, writing, streaming, or YouTube videos.
Branding, it truly is your authentic self, because it's what separates you from everybody else out there. I think that some people get stuck on, oh man, I really like this person and their content, what they do, and I'm going to try to mimic that, and that's not what you should be doing at all. You can like that person, what they do, and maybe you can take how they might go through things, but you cannot be that person. You cannot mimic them. You can't do the same thing. You can only do that special thing that you have inside of you, and you can give it out to people, and you're gonna find your troop of people that love you and that are going to help you along and stuff. But the brand starts with you, and then all the actual branding. Yeah, with Microsoft Paint and such like that, which I totally recommend. Yeah, absolutely. It takes a lot of time to fill in all those squares, but it happens. It's okay. That's really important for that to be the same as well. Super simple thing, the same font. People looking at your page should immediately recognize that that is you. So just be consistent in whatever that brand is.
Yeah, we use Adobe Premiere Elements.
$90 software, and if you buy it with the camera, you get like $20 off at Best Buy. You're welcome, Best Buy. But that's the thing, is that you don't have to break the bank on the software. We were talking earlier with you guys about just jumping in with entry level, as long as it's paid for and you don't have that thing across your face. Yeah, go for whatever's cheapest to help build up, and then you can invest on something better later on.
I use Premiere too, and I barely even use it. It's the instinct, I think, is what's key. It's like knowing to cut out when you say
Trim the hedges.
Trim the hedges of many smaller villages.
I just don't say I'm just saying.
Dang.
I'm just saying.
You don't need that.
Boom! That's what's up.
You just got from laughing and talking.
Just do it live.
That's right, just do it live all the time. You don't need editing software.
One take.
I'm super cheap. I use iMovie if it's on my phone. There's several apps that you can get for free that will lay in objects and stuff like that as you're going. I don't do heavy editing in my content, so because most of my content is live, but I do use OBS prolifically.
Infinite love tends to drive darkness away. Oh man, that's kind of Look, that was like
talking to me on that.
I was talking to you. That was between me and you.
There will be times too when I'll see a comment or something and I will write something down. I'll do it and then I take a deep breath and then I'll delete it and then I'll be fine. So sometimes writing it out helps me with them and then sometimes I just laugh at them because they say stupid stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing is it sounds very cliche, don't feed the trolls, but it really does go a long way. When it comes to whatever people want to say, we leave everything in our comment section. Now, when there's certain videos, you'll have people show up that want to start a problem. And they start a problem, they stir the hornet's nest, and what ends up happening is if you have enough followers that are passionate enough, and it can be 1 or 2, it doesn't matter how many you have, what ends up happening is typically they'll come in, the trolls, and they'll not only just comment at you, but they'll comment at other things people have said. That brings everyone back to your video, and you end up getting a battle between the comment section, which if other people are doing it the way we do it, automatically starts playing the video. Your video is now increasing in views based off of people fighting in the comment section. So we let the trolls have at it, and there have been some where you see a troll comment drop, and you can check the algorithms of how your videos are doing on YouTube, and you'll automatically see a bump, a spike in views on a video that may have been out for quite a while without that many views, and it's because everyone comes back to battle the troll. And so trolls are our best friends. But yeah, right? Yeah, and it definitely does help because a lot of people will come back and defend you. You'll have people that feel for you and will defend you, and that's the thing is like embrace the troll traffic because it does end up helping you, and just it does suck sometimes. You get some pretty awful, horrible things that people say, but you just have to really get good at not taking it personally and letting it just fester at the bottom, because it does typically now fall to the bottom, and if people find it, they battle it out, and you get the views. So
don't feed them and delete the comments, because you don't want that on your stuff. You don't want your family who's supporting your videos, loving you, to see that kind of thing. And if you need to, you can block comments. Like a lot of Instagram, or not Instagram, but Twitch, Twitter, things you can turn off comments. YouTube, you can turn off comments if they're bad. If you are dealing with legitimate trolls and they're being mean, that does happen sometimes.
And as a parent for any content creators on YouTube, you are capable of tagging certain words in the system, so that way the second that somebody says a word that you have created in this list of words, they automatically do not go to your channel and the comment automatically gets blocked. So you cannot see any of those comments. So if you're the one that's connected into the actual settings, and they won't receive any of those comments using any keywords that you pick, and they automatically get locked up, and from there you can ban them for life, just that account. And they don't even realize it. Like they say they're doing all this stuff, it's getting thrown into the ether. They don't know. But yeah, you can set up keywords to prevent any unfortunate words or comments to end up on your channel.
It's a really good point, by the way, thanks for speaking up, is that there is a difference between starting and being like a war machine. Like when you're a war machine, the trolls are just like, meanest tireth bitch, come on. But then when you're starting up, yeah, I really gotta thank you for saying that. You need to just remove it and keep a positive atmo.
How much prior planning goes into making a video?
Prior planning, Vanessa.
It really depends on the video that you're trying to put out there. For us personally, like when we do trailer reactions and stuff, we don't know when the trailers are gonna drop. They can drop and then we have to do it right then and there. So a lot of times, yeah, it really depends on what you want to put out there. If you want to go elaborate with it, it can take a little bit.
So when we do vlogging, honestly, you never can really plan for what it is that you're gonna go do. For instance, we just recently started doing like movie locations, because Tucson's chock full of movie locations. Something like that would require prior planning. We did Tombstone locations out at Mescal and Old Tucson and Tombstone, and we're trying to put together a video of just kind of a shot for shot. This is what it looked like then, and this is what it looks like now. That requires planning. When it comes to vlogging or just talking about any topic that you're doing, none. honestly. I mean, really it comes down to being able to just navigate talking to a camera with people around. That's the most planning you will need to do, is just kind of get better. Yeah, get better at being able to talk in front of people or knowing what to say. Like you said, you're able to just one take. You can do it and just keep talking. That takes practice. That takes a certain kind of personality or practice to be able to pull it off. And it doesn't come easy. In fact, our first video that we created when we went to Nightfall at Old Tucson, there is a moment in the video that Travis left in, jerk, that I pull out the camera and I'm like, now we're here at, I don't know where we are. And I just bring the camera down. Like, it was a moment of embarrassment. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what we were doing. That's where I was born, Virginia. But I didn't know what to say at all. And it felt like I was in front of people. I felt weird and awkward. But when it came down to it, like, as you do it more and put up the camera, and there may be 20 different takes, 30 different takes of you just trying to say the same thing, eventually you get better at it. And really just that's the only planning you need to do, is if you're going to talk about something, make it something that you're passionate about or well-versed in, or something that you can actually contribute to the conversation. Even if it's just opinion, just, you know, get prepared in what it is you're about to talk about. I would never, funny thing is, we are fish out of the water when it comes to tabletop, when it comes to RPGs, when it comes to any sort of board games. And that's why they brought us here, was we're late to the party. You guys have all been doing it forever. Yeah, right? I mean, we've got Betrayal House on the Hill, and Forbidden Island, and Forbidden Desert. But the thing is, like, that's it. We scratched the surface. But when it comes down to preparedness, like, I am not here out there when we're filming out there talking like we're experts about any of this stuff. We are talking like we have no clue what is going on. Teach us, learn, and we're talking to people about their wares, what they have to offer, and what it means to them. So if you don't know the subject, just go in like you don't. Roll with it, and you.
Fake it like you said.
Yes.
Fake it till you make it. Just like
fake it till you make it. But you know, don't put yourself out there to try and be an expert in something you're not. And really, when it comes to preparedness, just approach it with an organic or genuine sense, and you end up coming out with some pretty cool content. You may think it's not content. Everything that you typically do or say or film can be content to somebody. So.
And so for me, preparation and concept is just massive for me. It's everything, and that's being a dungeon master, and that's the root of my channel. I mean, you guys have a very different angle than I do, so you guys should get into some tabletop shit. That'd be cool. But
that's why we're here.
But that's how I grew up, was being a dungeon master and running games for my friends and stuff, and that's how I treat YouTube, as like my giant D&D group.
So pretty much the important thing is go out and make something, you know, and make something, share it, be safe about sharing it, and make sure everybody stops by, likes, shares, comments on each of these guys, because it was great that they came down here for RinCon. So thank you very much, guys. We're pretty much at time. So everybody, thank you for coming down. Thank you. Have a great night.
Our first panel ever at a convention. That went swimmingly, I think.
Yes, I thought that it was a really good panel, and even we learned stuff from the other panelists as well. So it was all around a good, like, information that you get.
Atmosphere too. I mean, it's, you know, anytime you're doing something, especially when it comes down to like the content creator side of things, like like-minded. Everybody's so like-minded around each other that you just feel amongst friends. Granted, at a convention, you typically feel amongst friends because it's all based on the stuff that you love, but this narrowed it down even more. So being able to rub elbows with some of the other content creators that are locally in our area or just right down the road from us, like, you do learn a lot from each other, and it leads to collaboration as well, because now we can be in some of their content and they can be in some of ours. So always willing and open to collaboration when it comes to other channels that are just trying to get their voice out there in the world of YouTube. So it was fun.
It was
Were you
a lot
nervous?
No, I mean, initially sitting down, you know, you kind of get those nervousness because it's like that first time being in a panel, but as soon as he started talking, it just came right back like if we were in front of a camera. So it's basically how it goes.
But it was a lot of fun. I got the bug now of doing it in front of a live audience. But yeah, so many of them, when I told them that we are not very well knowledgeable in the world of tabletop gaming. Like, all of them were ready.
They're ready. Well, you know what?
To bring us through it.
Yeah.
So, usher us through the forest.
Okay, I'll go through the forest.
But either way, thank you guys for joining us for our trip to RinCon 2018. What did you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. What are some of your favorite tabletop games? Tell us down there. You can also like and subscribe.
I did a thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram started.
With all the social networking gin joints, you know where they are. Kicking the party, fuel the party, keep the party going at our Patreon. Gets us where we need to go, like RinCon 18. Hopefully they'll bring us back for 19. But either way, we will also be at Hollywood Horror Nights this coming weekend on October 5th. And the 6th we will be at Not Scary Farm. So if you're in the area, join the party into the Upside Down. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you, RinCon, for bringing us out here for this fun event. And as always,
now it's time to say goodbye.
This party is over. Bye.